Jerry Adams and Deputy Owen O'Brien. I believe you're sharing a 10-minute slot. Is 5 minutes each. Is that agreed?
Okay, yeah. Because there is no vote and thus no conclusion to our deliberations here today, these statements on water this afternoon are of little worth to citizens who sent us here to make decisions on their behalf. The debacle that has been Irish water and water charges are major issues for citizens, and due to the resilience and determination of those who campaigned on the issue, including tens of thousands of right-to-water activists, water charges and Irish water have failed and were resoundingly rejected by the electorate in February's general election. Yet despite that, a motion calling for their abolition, signed by 39 Teachtaí Dála, have yet to be debated here. In fact, we've been actively prevented from doing so. The Dáil is a People's Assembly. It's supposed to be an independent legislator, and as Teachta Martin Teachta Cowan rightly says, every one of us has been elected and mandated to fulfil the commitments we made to the electorate. A majority of deputies sought and won a mandate to abolish Irish water and scrap water charges. Sinn Féin's view is that Irish water should go, and go now, and that water charges should be scrapped and scrapped now. And that is our mandate. It's also Fianna Fáil's mandate. Fianna Fáil's manifesto, not once, but in 3 separate sections, calls clearly for the abolition of Irish water and the scrapping of water charges. That's the mandate that they should be true to. The same manifesto says nothing about the suspension of charges, says nothing about maintaining the mechanism for charging on the statute books, and says nothing about kicking the can down the road into perpetuity. And what's the reason we're being denied our right as legislators, as representatives of our people, to debate legislation to actually scrap charges and dismantle Irish water? It's because Enda Kenny wants to be the first Fine Gael leader to be elected for 2 consecutive terms as Taoiseach, and because Fianna Fáil is intent in supporting this groundbreaking historical mission. That's the reason. And contrary to Teachta Cowan's claim, Fianna Fáil's commitment was not about refusing to go into government with Fine Gael. Fianna Fáil's commitment was to remove Fine Gael from power and not to re-elect them. So the 2 parties responsible for Irish water and water charges, respectfully, want to cobble together a dodgy backroom deal without giving the Dáil a say on the issues involved at this time. If Fianna Fáil were serious about their manifesto commitments, they would support calling a vote on Motion 30, which is listed on the order paper. After that vote, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil could go back to negotiations in the knowledge that the issue of water and water charges had been handled in a democratic, transparent and open fashion to the satisfaction of the people who sent us all here. Let me remind the Dáil that Sinn Féin prevented the privatisation of water in the north. We also stopped the introduction of domestic water charges. So there's a precedent for our position, and it works. Now, I don't have the time, to take us through the serial scams and fiascos which mark the history of Irish water and Minister Kelly's legacy. That would take much too long. But suffice to say that nothing less than the abolition of Irish water and scrapping water charges will suffice. And that's the message we were given. Fine Gael must accept that. Fianna Fáil must honour that. Gura Magat, Cathaoirleach.